Hello everyone and welcome back to a new Train Sim World video. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the upcoming Train Sim World 4. I was going to make this video yesterday, but I wanted to leave some time so I could process my thoughts, have a look at everything, have a real deep dive into stuff, talk to some people. And now it's currently 25 to 12 and I'm here to share my thoughts. Firstly, Train Sim World 4, really? Why? I mean, Train Sim World 3 isn't even 1 year old yet. Like, it's literally not even been out a year and we have the new version coming. I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not. I think there's always been a 2-year gap between each variation of Train Sim World, but the fact that a game that hasn't even been out a year is just going to die, that's a bit sad in my opinion. Like, you might as well just forget about the Train Sim World 2 patches. They're not coming, they're never going to come. And you might as well forget about Train Sim World 3 getting fixed, because that's just not going to happen. So yeah, it comes to consoles and PC on September the 26th. Although if you get the deluxe edition, you get it 5 days earlier, so it's September the 21st. Excuse me. If you want to read the FAQ, you can do so on www.trainsimworld.com. I will be keeping up with Train Sim World 4 related news as and when it comes out. But let's get in and look what routes and locomotives we get with Train Sim World 4. So starting off in a new country, that being Austria. You know, places Austria is famous for things like being set for the Sound of Music with Von Traps and Arnold Schwarzenegger and other things that I can't say on YouTube. S-Bahn, Vorarlberg, Lindau to Bludenz, introducing Austria, the 7th nation to be a part of the Train Sim World. The S-Bahn Vorarlberg line rides through the Alps to the Austrian-Germany border, courtesy of national operator OBB, also new to Train Sim World. Big mountains and stunning scenery are the order of the day, as are a plethora of station stops on both main line and the branch line that heads in the direction of the border with Switzerland. So what we're getting really is like a network kind of route where it's got main line and branch lines. That's quite cool. Pardon me. Making a journey is the OBB's 4042 Talent or the Talbotsliche Nahverkehrstreibwagen EMU. Variants of this unit are well customised to real-life services throughout Europe and even over the Atlantic in Canada, but the 4024 is specific to Austria. With new traction, a new operator and new signalling to learn, this addition to the Train Sim World map is the start of a journey through Austria. Who knows where it might take us further down the line. And yes, there is more Austrian content coming in the future, as seen on the road map. So, Antelope Valley Line, Los Angeles to Lancaster. The challenge of... actually, before I read what this is, I'm so glad that we are getting a US passenger and not a typical US boring freight route. So thank God. I'm glad it's a passenger route. And that is Los Angeles to Lancaster. I've been to Los Angeles, believe it or not. The challenge of operating through the varied terrain of California continues. On the other side of the Atlantic, the power of American diesels can be harnessed with Metrolink's F125. This marks yet another new operator in the game, that being Metrolink. Familiar to those in and around California, taking passengers out from Los Angeles to the wider suburbs and country. So you could say we're getting some Californication here. The Antelope Valley Line runs out of Los Angeles Union Station, the largest railway passenger terminal in the western United States. After powering through urban Los Angeles, the line heads north to Lancaster. Hang on a minute, I thought that was near Manchester. California, and there through areas have been seeing dramatic changes since the late 1800s, including the impact of the 1994 Northridge earthquake. I wonder will they simulate earthquakes in this. Along the way, players will recognise locations synonymous with Hollywood movies such as LA River, and even get involved in the action as part of one of the many in-game scenarios. Interesting. Now this one, East Coast Main Line, Peterborough to Doncaster. That's an interesting routing. You know, you would have thought you would have got King's Cross to Peterborough, but Peterborough to Doncaster is a bit weird. I mean, personally speaking, from my experience on that part of the line, it is quite nice. It's quite nice to look at. But like, Peterborough to Doncaster is a weird choice. But I've been wanting East Coast Main Line for years, and I actually said in one of Ventus's live streams back in 2020 something, a couple of years ago, saying I bet we get East Coast Main Line one day. I was right about South Eastern High Speed. I was right about East Coast Main Line. So here we are. So the East Coast Main Line is one of British. Sorry, I'm a bit under the weather today, so if you hear me say something, I'm not well. So yeah, it's one of Britain's most important routes, guiding trains of all shapes and sizes out from London and up through Edinburgh in Scotland. The stretch. Do you think we'll get a Zoomers in show up in Edinburgh Wave? No, probably not. The stretch between Peterborough and Doncaster, famed for its record-breaking location at Stoke Bank, continues to provide thrilling rides, high speeds for LNR Class 801 Zoomers, which bring a sleek, modern new train to Train Sim World 4. Nice. Along the way lie 3 more big station stopping points at Grantham, Newark, Northgate and Retford. Near Newark, trains will traverse the last remaining flat crossing in Britain at Newark Flat Crossing, where the Nottingham to Lincoln line intersects with the East Coast Main Line. Interesting fact about the 801s, they have one diesel engine in case of emergencies, unlike its 800 variations, which have diesel engines all along the train. LNER are another new operator to Train Sim World, with the Class 801 Azuma being their flagship train. This overhead EMU, complete in-game with a small diesel engine for depot moves and emergencies, just like what I've said, represents contemporary traction along the ECML and train that British travellers, commuters and rail fans have been long waiting for. So a couple of thoughts on the Azuma. A, will it be Armstrong Powerhouse sounds? And oh no, I've lost thought. No, I've lost thought. Fuck. Yeah, will it have Armstrong Powerhouse sounds? So now we get on. So that's everything that comes in standard edition. Now we are getting into deluxe and special editions. So for deluxe and special, we get the Flying Scotsman, or Flying Cash Grab, Flying Scrapyard, Flying Money Pit, Flying Scatman John, Bidder Bob. So yeah, the historic importance of the East Coast Main Line is enhanced with the introduction of the world's most famous locomotive, Flying Scotsman. This icon of the railways, built in 1923, today runs at up to 75 miles an hour across Britain, bringing joy not just to rail fans but enthusiasts, but to anyone with the eye for incredible engineering. Appreciated the past. On 30th of November 1934, Flying Scotsman broke the 100 miles an hour barrier, becoming the first locomotive to do so. Flying Scotsman is owned by the National Railway Museum, which celebrates its centenary this year, with a number of rail tours and visits taken across Britain. It's currently at the Bluebell Railway. There's no better place to step into the cab than in game. It was built in Doncaster, so that's good. Take it on its world trip. So, for you German rail fans, you're getting the Railpool BR193 Vectron, which is one of the most high-tech locomotives to ever exist in Trains in World franchise. Represented by Railpool, the same one we got with that other German route that I can't remember. And this will be on Dresden Riser. Yes, Dresden Riser getting more love, which is well deserved. I do love a bit of Dresden Riser. It will also appear on S-Bahn Vorarlberg, which is awesome. It comes with new Enos wagons, Enos, one of them, and it's thoroughly modern computer on wheels. But also, Dresden Riser is getting upgraded to TOD4 lighting and volumetric fog and the other Train Sim World 4 features. Volumetric fog I will get onto. So yeah, it's now we're getting on to Scenario Planner 2.0. So we're getting reworked, easy to use AI, custom start times, chaining paths, which is just Train Sim 1.4 routes only, sadly. Portal support for AI trains, so you can send AI trains down to the portal. Weather selection, so you can do custom or dynamic, and you can add introductory text to a scenario. Good idea. I'm so glad Scenario Planner is getting improved. I feel that the one that exists now it's a bit basic, it's a bit boring, and you can't really add much. Now, Livery Designer 2.0, so we get reworked, easy to use AI, livery description, undo, redo, thankfully, thank God. Toggle livery usage for trains, that's only... text entry, so you can create your own text. Font selection, 1,000 layers, thank God we're not stuck to 300s. Additional operators and fonts. Cool. Photo mode, so it's like the pause play option on Train Sim Classic. So you can pause the game to take the perfect screenshot. Adjustable camera settings, filter and enhancements, and all new personal in-game gallery. Creators clubs getting improved as well, so it's easier to use AI. A search filter based on the content that you own. Improvements to Dovetail Live as well. Finally, scoring's getting updated, so Instead of the usual gold, silver, bronze, which was get max score or get half score or whatever, it's now platinum is like maximum possible score, including stops and safety systems. So now you're getting scored on how you actually drive. Like, it used to be on timing and accuracy of stopping. However, now it reflects challenges posed by enabling safety systems, having things set up correctly like headlights, wipers if it's raining, etc, etc. If you leave the train in an unsafe manner or braking too harshly or coupling too hard, you will get penalised, which it's basically scoring on how professional you are now, so which is cool. Ease of access with those who need accessibility, like locomotive difficulty tiering, player assist if you need it, simpler HUD and new mini HUD, which I don't like. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. Automatic coupling and yard routing, nah, that's not for me, but I can see how it might be for others. New versions of the Class 323 and 8F will be on training centre now. There's been weather and lighting improvements, so volumetric fog, which is current gen and PC only, so if you're on generation 8 you won't get it, sorry. More generally, throughout these new routes, including the updated dressing horizon, a number of graphical improvements around weather and lighting have been implemented to enhance the driving. Volumetric fog, improved improved rain on windscreen effects, controller haptics and moments and scenarios. Interesting. Free roam, not something I'm looking forward to or wanted, but I'll try it anyway, because don't try it if you don't, no, can't knock it if you don't try it, right? Spawn trains anywhere at any time, set paths anywhere you like, reuse your custom created formations, nice. The world is yours to create your own tasks and evolve your session as you drive on the fly around. Use your entire collection as you wish. Off the rails mode squared with a cherry on top. Okay, cool. If you've ever wanted to be serendipitous or enjoy more of a train sim world on the fly, then Free Roam's new spawning and despawning tools will allow you to just do that. Whilst on foot, options within the UI will bring a whole new dynamic and an adaptive playstyle so that you can choose what train to operate, where and how. Pathing options are also a thing. Once your train of choice is spawned in, you can set the path you want and head off to your final destination using the 2D map. If you don't fancy operating the train yourself, get the II to do it. So will they drive... Oh, okay. What's going on here? Sorry, something's going on here. Alright. Alright, chaps. Alright, chaps. If you're on PC, you get the editor, which if you're on consoles, we don't get that. So yeah, it's PC only. I'm not going to cover that. You can read that bit yourself because I primarily feature console stuff because that's what I do. So let's talk about bundles. So in standard, which is €39.99, €44.99 and $50. You get the training centre, Antelope Valley, East Coast Main Line and Vorarlberg. Special edition, you get Training Centre, Antelope Valley, East Coast Main Line, Vorarlberg, Flying Scotsman, Dresden Riser and Vectron, and 4 other routes. That's that, I think, a Linky Rheinstrecke, Southeastern High Speed, LGV Mediterranean, and other things, something else. And in deluxe, sorry, special edition is £90, €105 and $110. Deluxe edition, which is £53, $65, €65 and $70. Get Training Centre, Antelope Valley, East Coast Main Line, Vorarlberg, Flying Scotsman, Dresden Riser and the Vectron Loco, as well as 2 decal packs. You can pre-order it now. There is a discount of up to 25% on Steam and Epic, and it's 20% on PlayStation. Well, Xbox. I don't know about PlayStation. You will also get 5 days early access, so it'll become 5 days early on the 21st. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Train Sim World 4. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Keep it constructive. Don't go on a moan fest because, you know, be constructive. Don't moan. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this one. And in terms of content from me now, there will be from today, well, starting tomorrow, will be Goodbye Train Sim World 3 videos, and they'll be every Thursday. Actually, let's see how many Train Sim World 3 routes there are, then I can... Oh, there's like 12 in, and I've got 5 weeks. Yeah. So it'll be... Nah, it's not gonna happen. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. It's gonna have to be 1, 2. Yeah. There'll be about 3-ish kind of videos a week saying goodbye to Train Sim World 3. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed that. Got some interesting content coming soon, so yeah, keep an eye on that one, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye for now.